Welcome bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 3, Episode 2 of Love Victor, Fast Times at Creekwood High. So last time, obviously, we had this season opener, which was fucking fantastic, if I'm being honest. Like, I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, to be honest, because like I said last time, with Young Royals and Heartstopper coming out, they've kind of really upped the game. They've really set a standard that I was thinking that Love Victor wouldn't be able to uphold to. And while, don't get me wrong, I don't see it on their level yet because we've literally watched one episode. I'm very, very excited and I have really good hopes for this show. It's given me a lot to think about. It's given me a lot of things that I wanted. We had such good, healthy relationships formed. We had really good communication with everyone. And yeah, not much unnecessary drama, which I'm actually genuinely surprised about. I really thought Love Victor would fall into that trap, but no, they didn't. So fingers crossed the rest of the season is the same. But yes, on the story side of things, we have Benji going to rehab now, which I think is going to be really good for him. I don't know how long showtime he's going to be gone. I don't know if he's going to come back episode 8 or he's going to come back this episode, next episode, like who knows. But I'm hoping he comes back around episode 4 or 5 so we get a good amount of Benji this season, because I would like to see his and Victor's relationship develop a bit further and how rehab will help Benji be a lot less stressed, be a lot more calm, and they can form a much healthier relationship than they have in the past. But this episode, I'm expecting / hoping Victor and Raheem to actually talk and to develop some kind of friendship again, because they were really good friends and I really liked that relationship. So fingers crossed they can maintain some kind of friendship through all of this. But yes, with that said, very excited to get into it. So without further ado, let's go. I forget Benji doesn't even have a phone.
You haven't written back to any of my messages, so I figured, what's the harm in one more?
Uh-oh. He's ignoring you. Uh-oh.
Been spending a lot of quality time with Pilar and Felix.
Hey guys.
Fuck's sake, Victor.
It's just Victor.
What are you guys doing?
What do you think, Victor? Fuck off.
I really miss hanging out with you. I know what happened between us was weird, but I feel like it's nothing that can't be hashed out over that gross green tea ice cream you like. Okay.
I do agree that they can repair this, but you gotta respect that Raheem might not want to, you know? It's really hard for the person that was left behind. He's still working at the cafe? Fucking hell. Aww. Missing your boy.
Still no word from Benji since you left for rehab?
Nope, they don't allow phones. Stupid rehab and...
I forgot to talk about that last time in my outro. I knew there was something I was forgetting. I really, really, really loved the communication between Victor and Benji in terms of they both understood what the other one needed and gave them leeway. And from Benji's side of things, it's that Benji didn't want Victor telling anyone at all because he was holding a lot of inner shame and he didn't want it to be spread out to everyone. But for him to understand that Victor kind of needs to tell someone and that he should be allowed to tell the people that are close to him, the fact that Benji allowed him to do that and he said it's okay, that was fucking beautiful. It really did show a development in their relationship. So very proud of Benji himself for letting Victor at least tell Felix and that, because that's what caused all the arguments with Raheem in the beginning.
Well, it's time for us to make our triumphant return to Creekwood. And I will be forced to face Raheem for the first time since the wedding, which won't be awkward at all.
Yep, that's going to be the most awkward thing I've ever seen.
Felix, you still haven't reached out to Lake?
Felix!
Every time I go to text her, I panic and then I bail and then I go watch Love It or List It with my mom.
Oh my god. Felix, you gotta just pull it together and do it. She deserves that.
I really hope Felix is okay when he finds out about me and Lucy.
Oh, I'm so excited!
Are you and Lucy going Creekwood official?
I mean, yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, but we've hung out pretty much every day of winter break, and we're pretty into each other.
I mean, I don't want to fall into stereotypes, but that sounds about right.
It's a long shot, but my dad is going to dinner with the exiting president of Stanford this weekend to ask him if he'd be willing to stay on another year so that I can finish up school here.
I do not
that would be
imagine the audacity of someone to ask you, can you stay there for another year? I don't think this is going to go well, Mia. I'm going to be honest. I very, very much doubt this man's just going to be like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll do another year. Like, I don't see that happening at all.
But that's not till Friday.
Yeah, I know, but I outfit plan when I'm nervous.
She's going to the meeting.
PFLAG is just a bunch of parents going through the same thing we are. We have nothing to be worried about.
What are these people gonna think of me?
What do you mean, my darling?
And now all of a sudden I'm gonna walk in and they're gonna be like, oh, look, there's the one who took forever to get on board.
I get why she feels that way, but if they are that judgmental, then they've got a lot to learn themselves.
Thank you for saying that. Mine, though. It is mine.
I love how in love they are again. It's really nice to see. Like, we haven't seen them this close ever because obviously they were still dealing with... There's Raheem.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, you got the side eye, Victor.
But you know, I guess that's the magic of hey, right? It's like aloha or shalom.
Stop talking.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot that Raheem and Pilar were really good friends. That kind of slipped my mind because I was just thinking that Raheem was going to completely ignore Victor, but he can't really. Like, he'll probably be going around Victor's house with Pilar and all that, so it's a bit awkward in that regard. But not only that, not only is the tie between Pilar, Raheem, and Victor now that Felix is going out with Pilar, there's a tie between him and Raheem as well, which there's no escaping each other at this point.
Oh God. And here's like, oh my gosh, it is too early for this awkwardness.
What up, fam? Can I pull off, fam?
No.
Oh my God, look at everyone.
Yeah, I just, you know, I want to be up front and let you know I am seeing someone Pilar, actually.
Oh my God, Felix, that was the worst way you could have done that ever.
So, geographically desirable as well?
Yeah. I only date guys in my building. It was either Felix or the ghost of the guy that died in 304.
I'm actually dating someone too.
Really? Wow. Okay. Who's the lucky guy?
Oh, Felix.
It's Lucy. I'm dating Lucy.
Surprise.
Felix's face.
That is so great. That is.
Oh my God, I love this so fucking much.
Vic, Benji isn't gonna suddenly text you from rehab.
Yeah, man, it's a party, all right? Have fun. Go.
She's got a
dance on the
point.
table.
He's back this weekend as well. He's been away for 3 weeks. Like, try and enjoy yourself.
Hey, have you been getting my texts?
Yeah.
Victor! Victor! Oh my God, bro.
Victor, Andrew, this couch feels amazing. It's like heading to cloud. Are you guys on something right now?
Yeah, that doesn't even seem like weed. That seems like something else.
Would you want some now?
Nah, I'm good.
I feel so happy. Nothing can bring me down. Yes,
Maybe a
please.
little.
No, you idiots. Oh God, this isn't gonna go well.
How are you? Good to see you.
I wonder if, what's her fucking name? Shelby? Was her name Shelby or have I made that up? I wonder if the ex is gonna be there.
So would any of our first-timers like to introduce yourselves? Anyone?
Hi.
Oh God, that's awkward.
Usher came out to me about a month ago, and I'm not proud of this. It took me 30 seconds to get off that couch. 30 long seconds.
Well, that was exactly what you wanted to go first, didn't you?
I was nervous because my parents are religious, but they immediately put their beliefs aside to be there for me. For spring break, she's taking us to see a Troye Sivan show in Miami.
Fucking hell. Bloody hell.
She is
I will say though, I feel like this is a very unrealistic scenario. I feel like if I feel like no one would be this concerned if they took 30 seconds to say it's okay and all that shit. But obviously this is a way to make, is it Isabel? It is Isabel, isn't it? Isabel. Yeah. It's a way to make her feel bad because she took a while to accept it. But I think that her journey, while I wish she was there for Victor immediately, obviously everyone does, I think that you can't, you have to give her some kind of leeway just because of how she was brought up and the fact that she did get there in the end. It's not like she said, it's fucking wrong, get out of my house, I never want to see you again. She put in the time and effort to do it. Yes, I wish she'd put in more effort and I wish it took less time than it did, but she got there in the end and I'm proud of her for that. But I don't want her to feel shit about it. I don't want her to have this lingering over her head for the rest of her life that it took her so long. I want her to perhaps talk to Victor, talk about why it took her so long. I know that they did have a moment last season, obviously, but if she's still having issues, then I would hope that they can talk about it. And I just don't want her to have this hanging over her head for her whole life. Because yes, she made a mistake, but I can forgive her for that. I was wondering if these two would have a convo.
How's it going?
All right. Except the girl I'm dating keeps staring at the guy you're dating.
Oh my God, same. What do you
Yep.
think is going on with them? I mean, I really think Felix is into me.
I think it's just residual feelings and because they haven't actually spoke to each other.
I know Lake likes me. It's just she clearly has some unresolved Felix baggage.
Yeah, because they haven't fucking talked.
I feel like my hearing is better than it's like ever been. Like I can hear your heartbeat right now.
Oh my Christ.
Men should hug like this more often. Yeah.
On that, I agree.
Who's that talking to Raheem?
I don't know, but they look like they're on the expressway to Bone City.
Hell yeah.
Then maybe Raheem would stop hating me for choosing Benji.
You should.
Oh my God.
Help him.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say it, but he's probably correct. Like, once Raheem is able to move on from Victor, I think that they could actually form a friendship.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Victor, now's not the time.
I've never seen you at Creekwood before.
Oh, yeah, I go to St. Francis.
Oh, so you're smart. You know who else is smart?
Victor, what the hell?
Raheem.
I came here with my girlfriend, and I hope you didn't think. Did I think that you were hitting on me when you told me your girlfriend likes my jacket? No, I did not.
Oh, Victor.
I was just trying to help.
Shit, I am so sorry.
All good.
Refreshing.
Yeah, wait. Raheem.
That other guy's reaction was hilarious. He was like, all good. The guy behind was like, what the fuck?
Since me not answering your text didn't work and me not talking to you at school didn't work, I'm gonna make this as painfully clear as possible. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Victor, you have to respect his space. He's made it clear he doesn't want to talk to you right now.
Raheem, wait, you're kind of being a jerk right now.
I'm the jerk?
Look,
Victor?
You kissed me and I decided to stay with my boyfriend. And I understand that sucks for you, but we were really good friends. And Benji's in rehab and I could just really use a...
Victor. I get that you can use a friend right now and I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree. He's entitled to his feelings. Raheem is entitled to his feelings. He likes you. You did not reciprocate it. You may have liked him a bit, but you didn't reciprocate the idea of being in a relationship and you stayed together with Benji. Because of that, Victor, he's not going to really want to hang out with you because he still likes you. You have to understand this. If someone any crush that I've ever had, the only way that I've ever got over it is one, either just sit through the pain, which is fucking horrible, or two, you just distance yourself from them. You don't hang out with them as much, which I know is sucky. I know that it's fucking shit, but it's the surefire way to get over someone. So you have to allow this man time away from you. You have no right to say to him, I could really use a friend right now. You don't have that right, Victor. I'm sorry. He has the right to stay away from you because that's his decision.
Victor, admitting how I felt about you was the bravest moment of my life.
Yeah.
After the wedding, I went back home and I waited for you. All night, I stared out the window. And I get that you chose Benji. I'm not mad at you for that. But then you decided to just brush it all aside by sending me jokey texts and life updates.
Yeah.
I thought that we had a connection, and you made me feel like I was crazy for that.
Well
If you
done,
can see
Raheem.
how hurtful that is, then we weren't very good friends to begin with.
Completely agree and respect that 1000%. There's just been a complete lack of respect on Victor's side.
So, would anyone else like to... You're new. Would you like to share your story?
Oh, my darling.
You know what? I was nervous at first too, but it's not that bad.
Okay, you want to hear my story, Teresa?
Be honest. Yeah, here we go.
I am a terrible, horrible mother. It took me way too long to accept my son when he came out. I'm not talking 30 seconds. I'm talking months. We had an unbreakable bond, and I broke it.
You gotta work on your feeling of shame, my darling. I do understand, though.
Come with us. Huh?
Oh, they are forcing this conversation.
You two need to figure your shit out.
Huh?
You guys need to go somewhere private where you can talk about whatever's going on between you two. Oh!
Yes.
There's nothing.
No.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Go and talk.
Now,
Yeah, no, fine.
Well done. Well done, girls.
you think we did the right thing, right?
Honestly, I was way more confident about it 2 minutes ago.
I mean, no matter what, say worst case scenario for Pilar and Lucy right now is that they make up and they want to get back together, which if that is the case, it's good that you got out of there when you did. Do you know what I mean? It's good that you forced this conversation and you didn't drag it on for so long for them to find out in 3 years that they still like each other and then you break up. Do you know what I mean? It's good to just get out of the way no matter what. But that's worst case scenario and I don't think that's happening.
I am trying to be strong and positive for you because I know the last thing you need is another person to take care of.
You're allowed to have your own needs, Andrew.
I am so scared waiting for your dad to tell us about you moving. It's killing me.
Understandable, 100%.
I'm scared too. I'm just trying to live in the moment.
I really appreciate that scene. Once again, good, healthy communication. This season's off to a great start in that regard.
Why are we struggling with this?
I think it's that the night of the wedding, you just left me on that dance floor.
Yeah.
And you were my first real boyfriend, and you just...
You fucked her over big time, Felix, and you haven't apologized.
Most important chapter of my life had no real ending.
Aw, my darling.
Yeah, that's fair. I was a coward, and you deserve closure.
Exactly. Good for seeing that.
Like, you will always be my first love. And even though I don't think we're meant to be together, I'm glad we have been.
I'm glad we happened to.
Aww.
Well, thank you for saying it now.
Aw.
I also think slapping you would help give me closure.
Do it.
Oh, you're not joking? Yeah. Okay.
I love Felix so much. My boy, you do not say yes to those kind of things.
Goodbye, Felix.
Aww. Beautiful ending to a relationship. Beautiful.
Thanks for making us talk.
Yeah, we needed that.
We know. You're lucky to have us.
I love Pilar and Lucy. What a nice friendship. I hope that continues. This better be good, Victor, because he's literally said he wants space.
I just wanted to say that you're not crazy. There was something between us. And it was real. I felt it too.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, he deserved his feelings validated.
I just thought if I acted like everything was okay, that it would be. I didn't want to lose you as a friend. But if you need more space, I totally get it. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of my speech.
You can't even ask someone to be friends without a big show up at his house at night gesture, can you? Yes, we can be friends again.
Ah.
I needed you to acknowledge that what we've
His
been
feelings
through
were
was
real.
real.
So, Ryder was pretty hot for a straight boy, right?
Oh my god, yeah, so hot.
Hell yeah. Aww. I'm glad they're fixing their relationship.
Hey, you need to stop beating yourself up about this past year.
Yeah.
Victor's already forgiven you.
Listen, like, don't get me wrong. I completely understand why she's beating herself up. And to some degree, yeah, she's meant to feel bad, obviously. Like, it's a shit situation. And we all wish that she had accepted Victor a lot earlier. But some people don't even get that. Some people are thrown out on the street immediately. Their parents will never understand them. Their parents will quote unquote hate them. So I think that she took that time, put in the effort, and actually stood up for Victor in front of her, what was it, pastor, priest? I don't know the correct term. But she stood up to him. She apologized to Benji as well, which is a big step as well. I think that she deserves to acknowledge that she did good in that regard. She may have taken a while. It may have not been the best scenario. And yeah, I think she should blame herself a little bit, because to just sit here and say she shouldn't blame herself at all feels wrong. But she shouldn't be sitting here with it hanging over her head when Victor's forgiven her. Victor's moved on. And it's just really sad to see her still blaming herself and still so caught up on it. I wish that she could get past this. It's one of those things where it seems so simple once it's done, the whole accepting Victor and all that. It's going to be really hard to figure out why you didn't accept him sooner, so I get that.
You are a legend in your own time.
Uh-oh. It's going to be bad news. We all know that the guy's not going to stay on for another fucking year.
He said no.
Shocker.
Look, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
I threw a party last night because I had a feeling that the answer would be no. But it's not enough.
Yeah. There must be a way she can stay.
I mean, you were in London when my appendix burst. And Andrew's dad had to drive me to the hospital, and Lake's mom taught me how to drive. Their families are my family too. So let me stay here. Let me stay here and finish high school.
It's what she deserves, and you owe her that, mate. The audacity to be away from her for so long, to spend so long away from home, then when it suits you and you want to move and you want to finally be there for her, you're going to make her pack up her entire life? That's so fucked up. He has the right to do that as a parent, but he has no right to do that as a human being. And if he doesn't understand that, he's even lower on my list than he already is.
Where would you live?
At Lake's. They have bedrooms that they've never even been inside of.
You owe her this.
All right, look, talk to Lake's parents, and if they say it's okay, then...
Oh, please,
They could,
please say yes, please. She needs this. She really does. It solves all of the issues.
Oh my God, you're back?
Welcome home.
Why didn't you call me?
Wanted to see you in person.
Good.
I'm a little scared with how not excited Benji is.
Victor, it went well, but I still have a lot of work to do. I'm supposed to avoid any emotional triggers right now.
Fuck.
What does that mean?
It means
he needs time.
We need to break up.
Wow.
Is this what you want? Or...
I think it's what he needs unnecessarily. Unnecessarily, unfortunately. Logically, it makes sense, but it's understandable why Victor would be very upset by this.
Sorry.
Especially after he's been left in the dark for so long, to then have him home and then just suddenly we're broken up. Oh, Victor. What a shit ending for them. I do get it though. I completely respect Benji's decision there, because if he goes through all of this work at rehab to then be told like you need to stay away from emotional triggers to then just get back with Victor and have all the work undone, what would have been the fucking point out of any of that? So completely respect that. So yes, there we have it. That was episode 2 of season 3 of Love, Victor. I did really enjoy the episode. I'm really appreciating, I know I keep going on about it, but I'm not going to stop. I'm really appreciating the healthy communication and the development that we're seeing in the relationships, because it's a very common thing in drama shows where a problem will come up, it'll fester for episodes on end, and it'll finally come to a conclusion that's the simplest that it's ever been, like just talk to the person. So I really do appreciate that this season they're not beating around the bush, they're not taking ages, it's literally there's a problem, let's fix it, and they fix it in a very healthy manner, and I'm really loving the way it's going. The only real drama we've had so far is not even drama. It's literally just people behaving on the feelings that they have, which are all valid. So definitely really appreciating that aspect. Now, let's go character by character. So let's talk about Victor and Raheem quickly. I really liked that Raheem stood up for himself and he said to Victor, look, I get that you chose Benji. I'm not annoyed that you chose Benji. I understand. My issue is that you just brushed my feelings under the carpet and you acted like everything was okay, because I completely agree with that and I completely thought the same. When Victor was sending those first messages, I can't remember if it was the start of this episode or the start of episode 1. I've watched them one after the other, so I can't really remember, but when he was sending the original messages to Raheem over Christmas break, it was this episode, wasn't it? It was right at the start. When he was sending those messages, they felt very basic, very friendly, very much like he was just joking with a friend, when he wasn't acknowledging Raheem's feelings. He wasn't acknowledging like, hey, look, I know things didn't end on a good note with us, can we talk? Or even just saying, hey Raheem, I'm sorry things ended the way they did, can we at least still be friends? I really appreciate you. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are so many ways that Victor could have gone about it, but brushing it under the carpet was just not it. And I'm very glad that Raheem stood up for himself and said, these are my feelings and you're making me feel like they're invalid. So well done for him, but then also well done for Victor for listening to him and actually saying that I had feelings as well, because it was really feeling, I know it wasn't Victor's intention, but it really felt like he was gaslighting Raheem into thinking that it was all one-sided and that Victor never had feelings and he only thought that they were friends. Like, come on, Victor, we all know there was something there. It was just stronger with Benji, and there's no shame in admitting that, and I'm glad that he finally did say that to Raheem so that he felt valid in his feelings. Now, moving on from them, let's talk about the interactions between Lake, Lucy, Felix, and Pilar, because I really enjoyed that little quadruple. Is that the right word for a group of 4 people? I know quadruple is 4 things, but you know what I'm saying. I really liked that grouping of those 4 people, because I liked the scene that we got between Pilar and Lucy, because they seem like 2 people who wouldn't usually get along, but I really enjoyed their vibe, so I hope they can form a friendship later on. But also the strength of both of them to allow their current partners, who are exes, to go into a room alone to talk about their feelings. That takes a lot of strength and a good suppression of your own pride to allow that to happen, and to not only allow it to happen, to force it on them. I think that was really strong of them and really good. And no matter what, it's like I said, at the end of the day, say Felix and Lake then reconciled and were like, oh my god, let's get back together, which I think was like a bloody 100 to 1 chance that that was going to happen. Even if that happened, it's good that they would have got it out of the way earlier on than to have allowed their relationship to grow and then he just get back with Lake later on. Do you know what I mean? I really think that it was just needed that they had that conversation. So very proud of Pilar and Lucy for forcing that. Now, in terms of Lake and Felix themselves, what I've really enjoyed this episode is people standing up for themselves. Mia did it, Lake did it, and Raheem did it. Lake's side of things, she really stood up for herself and she said, look, you were my first love and you left me on the dance floor alone. You left me there and you just went off and found Pilar. And then not even that, you didn't even tell me afterwards. You didn't even talk to me. You didn't text me. He did nothing. So I'm really proud of her for standing up for herself and telling him how it is. But not just that, it's not like she came in with anger. She didn't come in with anger. She didn't come in negativity and say, fuck you, why did you leave me? Why didn't you talk to me? Because it's a lot healthier to come in from a more neutral point of view because you're going to get a lot further in the conversation. Like, I know that's taking the emotions out of it. Like, you're valid in your anger. But I'm just saying, it's a lot easier to talk to someone when you don't come in with those feelings. Because if she had come in guns blazing, knowing Felix, he would have probably shut down a bit and not known what to say. But coming in quite neutral and being like, well, you did leave me there and I was really upset and I don't think I've got my closure, allowed him to realize that that is the problem. That's why this happened. And it allowed him to also realize and sort of like relate her, not only to her, but himself as well, that the reason he didn't talk to her before was because he himself was sad that it was going to end. And I think that was really important for him to realize. And like I said, the fact that this is now done and out of the way means that both pairings can now go off and blossom into beautiful relationships, which I'm really excited for. Now, the last two relationships I want to talk about is Isabel's relationship to her husband and obviously Victor, and Victor and Benji. I think we'll start with Isabel. I was struggling to get my words out this episode because it's very easy to say from both ends. It's very easy to say that she should be feeling guilty for what she did. But then it's also very easy to say that she shouldn't be feeling guilty and she should just move on like he's forgiven her. I think you have to find some leeway. I think that I know it's bad to say, but I think that some part of her should feel guilty. Like, I don't want to completely brush what happened under the carpet. I don't want to sit here and say that all is forgiven and that we can just move on and pretend it didn't happen, because I think that you need to live with that guilt for a bit of time. And I think that you need to take that guilt and not forget it, not completely move past it, but diminish it to the point where you no longer feel guilty, but you remember that feeling and you use it later on in life to try and help you understand human beings a bit better. Do you know what I mean? I think that just brushing it under the carpet and forgetting is just not the way to go. So while I am on that side of things, I do think she really needs to work on forgiving herself. She really needs to work on understanding that, yes, a part of her will always feel guilty for what happened. It was a shit thing to do and she knows that. But that doesn't mean that she should be keeping herself in the past. She shouldn't be punishing herself for this long, for this amount of pain that she is causing herself. It's not worth it and it's not needed. And I'm sure Victor would be feeling upset knowing that all of this is causing his mother so much pain. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want his mother to be going through this. So I hope that maybe not just on her own. Maybe she does need help. Maybe she can talk to someone at PFLAG. Maybe she can go to a therapist. I don't know. But I think she does need help to understand that while the guilt is valid and she should be feeling guilty for what she did, it doesn't mean that she should hold that forever. And it doesn't mean that she should be feeling guilty this much. And she shouldn't be not forgiving herself to this point. I think she really needs to work on that. And I hope she does. I hope she gets to a point where she can understand what she did was wrong, but actually forgive herself and allow herself to be happy, truly. Now, finally, we have Victor and Benji, which Victor and Benji is a tough one to talk about, to be honest, because it's like this is the point of drama for the season, is the obviously Victor and Benji aren't together right now and they had to break up and that, but it's not out of the blue drama. It's not made up drama. It's not fabricated just for the sake of drama. It's valid, and I love that. I love that the main issue of the show is a valid reason, because of course he's going to need to avoid emotional triggers, and if he wants to get better, he needs to avoid Victor, 100% in my opinion. I'm 100% on board with that. I don't necessarily think that breaking up is the way. I think that you can say, we need to take a break and I need some time apart from you, but I'm not going through what Benji's going through. Maybe that wouldn't have been enough. Maybe that would have made Benji feel like he's still being held back and he will feel bad for not talking to Victor, which will be an emotional trigger. So just cutting things off is what he needs. And I 100% respect it. And I hope Victor understands. I would get if Victor doesn't understand it straight away. I would get if Victor's really upset for a while. But I think he needs to understand that, yes, Benji's doing this for himself, but I think he's also doing it to be with Victor. I think he's doing it to be a better person so that if they do end up together, they have these issues sorted out. Because if they stay together and he had these triggers and all of this work was for nothing, they would, in a year or so, maybe even shorter, maybe longer, they would have fallen into the same traps. They would have argued, he would have perhaps gone and drank again, and it would have caused so many issues in their relationship. So Victor just needs to respect that Benji needs this time. He doesn't want to be apart from Victor. He doesn't want to break up. He needs it. And that's just necessary for his growth as a human being. So I hope Victor understands that. I hope that Victor doesn't move on. I hope we don't get another love interest. That would really piss me off, to be honest, because I enjoy Victor and Benji, and I wouldn't blame Victor for having another love interest simply because he's allowed to. They're broken up, but I think it's unrealistic. I think that Victor would need time away from relationships. So if they put another one in the show, I feel like it'll feel a bit forced, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the season goes. I have high hopes for the rest of it, given how these first 2 episodes have gone. But yes, with that said, another fantastic episode of Love Victor, and I'm excited for the next one. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We're able to find the early and uncut reactions to Love Victor and all the other shows that I do. I've also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.